Hi there, this is Tanmay Mulgun and I welcome you to my channel Don't Retrofy. This is the third part of Similarity of Match 2. If you haven't seen the first two parts, you should watch it so that you can understand this part much better. Okay, I have completed till now ratio of areas of two triangles in part 1 and in part 2 I have completed basic proportionality theorem. In this part, what we will be doing is we will try to understand the property of angle bisectors of a triangle. Okay, so basically, I hope you all know what is an angle bisector. In a triangle, if a ray is bisecting, that is dividing an angle into equal parts, then that ray is called the angle bisector. And in a triangle, we have to understand what property does it bring. Okay, so this is a very simple and very interesting topic of similarity. We'll start with reading the statement. The statement is the bisector of an angle of a triangle divides the side opposite to the angle in the ratio of its remaining sides. Okay. We'll try to analyze it with the figure. We have a figure here. Okay. From the figure, let's try to understand what we actually did here. Okay. Now, in triangle ABC, CE is the angle bisector. C is the angle bisector. The CE is dividing the opposite side, that is AB, in two parts, that is A and EB. Okay, so we have to show that AE upon EB is equal to AC upon CB. Okay, this is the simple part. To prove, as you can see, AE upon EB is equal to CA upon CB. Okay, now to do that, we have to construct following things. The construction would be, I have to construct a line from B which is parallel to CE. Okay, I have to construct a ray that is parallel to CE. Fine. And I have to extend AC such that it intersects this line, the line from the B, at point D. This is my construction. It is very simple. I'll repeat it for you. I have to draw a line parallel to CE from B. Okay. And I have to extend AC such that it intersects the line from B at point D. Okay. So this is all the construction is about. We'll start ahead. So how do we prove this? Okay. So we'll start with the proof part. The proof is, now just forget for a moment that I have a triangle and everything. Just consider two things. Okay. Consider, from construction we know that CE is parallel to BD. Okay. I know that CE is parallel to BD. And let's take AD transversal. AD as transversal. Fine. If I take CE parallel to BD and AD transversal, then this angle, I am writing it angle ACE, that is angle ACE is equal to angle CDB, that is basically this angle. Okay, these two angles are equal. Let's say these both are x. Okay, so this is my equation 1. The reason would be corresponding angles. Okay, the reason would be corresponding angles. Fine. Similarly, if we solve ahead, we can say again CE is parallel to BD, but instead of AD, I will take CB as transversal. Okay, if I take CB as transversal, then angle ECB, that is this angle, is equal to this angle, is equal to angle CBD. Okay, this is also equal to x. You know why? Because in given, I know that C is the angle bisector. If CE is the angle bisector, then angle ACE is equal to angle ECB. Okay, which is equal to x again. Okay, from this I can say that these two angles are also x. Okay, now I hope you have understood until here. This is my third equation. Fine. From equation 1, 2 and 3, from equation 1, 2 and 3, can I say that angle CBD is equal to angle CDB? You can see both of them are x in the diagram. This is also x and this is also x. So can I say these two angles are equal? right? This is my equation 4. Okay, so in triangle CBD, from equation 4, can I say that CB is equal to CD? You might ask me how. See, in triangle CBD, the base angles are equal. In the equation 4, I see the base angles are equal. If the base angles are equal, the opposite sides are also equal by isosceles triangle theorem. By isosceles triangle theorem, I can say that two sides are equal, which is basically CB and CD. Okay, these two sides are equal. Okay, now what I will do is I will take the bigger triangle. Fine, the triangle is in triangle ABD. In triangle ABD, I know that CE is parallel to BD. If C is parallel to BD, then can I apply basic proportionality theorem? Right. So, by basic proportionality theorem, that is by BPT, can I say AC upon CD is equal to AE upon EB. Okay. So, from basic proportionality theorem, can I say AC upon CD is equal to AE upon EB? Okay. But if you see the isosceles triangle theorem equation, that is this equation, let's say this is fifth equation. So from the fifth equation, instead of CD, what I will substitute is I will substitute CB. Okay, so AC upon CB is equal to AE upon EB. Okay, this is basically my property of angle bisector of a triangle. You can see this in the to prove part. AE upon EB, that is the right part, AE upon EB is equal to CA upon CB. Okay, so here I have proved that if an angle bisector is intersecting the other side of a triangle, the parts in which it is dividing the other side is proportional to the remaining two sides. Okay, this is basically the angle bisector theorem. Now let's try to understand one more very important part. This is the straight part. Now we'll understand the converse part. Okay, in converse, see, I will take this example only. I will take this example. If I am given something like that, okay, if I am given something that AE upon EB is equal to AC upon CB. If I am given the answer part, then from converse of angle bisector theorem, I can prove that CE is the angle bisector. Okay, this is my converse part. See, I am just giving you the basics. This is not going to be asked in your exam to solve. That is the converse part will be asked in your exam. The main theorem will be asked, obviously, might be asked. Fine. So just remember this. If you are given the ratios, then you can prove that the ray is the angle bisector by converse of angle bisector theorem. Okay, or property of angle bisector, converse of angle bisector property. Fine. This is our first part, that is the theorem part. Next, we'll go with the sums. Okay. Okay, so these are some of the sums we are going to solve from practice set 1.2 from your textbook. Okay, so in this question, as you can see, you already have all the sides of the triangle given. The question is, find if ray PM is the angle bisector of angle QPR. Okay, we have to find if angle QPR is bisected by ray PM. Fine. So what we'll do is, this is not the direct part, this is the converse part. So I have to use converse of angle bisector property. Okay, so how will we do this? Okay, first we have to write the given. The given is QM is given to be 3.5, our MR is given to be 1.5, I have QP is equal to 7 and I have PR is equal to 3. Okay, so first we'll find out the ratios. We'll write the first ratio as PR upon MR is equal to 3 upon 1.5. As you all know, The half of 3 is 1.5. So 1.5 ones are 1.5 and 1.5 twos are 3. So it is 2 upon 1. This is my first part. Similarly, we'll find the second part. Okay. So what we'll do is, I'll write PQ upon QM is equal to 7 upon 3.5. Okay. See, same ways, the half of 7 is 3.5. So 3.5 ones are 3.5 and 3.5 twos are 7. So it is again 2 upon 1. This is the second part. From equation 1 and 2. Okay. From equation 1 and equation 2, I can say that PR upon MR is equal to PQ upon QM. Okay. If this is true, that is the third part is true, then in triangle PQR, from equation 3, I can say that by converse of angle bisector property I can say that PM is the angle bisector of angle QPR. Okay, this is what we are supposed to find. We have to verify if PM is the angle bisector of angle QPR. So by converse of angle bisector property, we prove that PM is the angle bisector of QPR. Okay, from this sum is over, we'll go to the next sum. Moving ahead, we have here in triangle MNP, NQ is the bisector. Okay, so I have already known that NQ is the angle bisector of angle N. If MN is equal to 5, I have MN is equal to 5. We'll write it down. MN is equal to 5. I have PN is equal to 7. I have MQ is equal to 2.5. Then I have to find QP. We have to find QP is equal to how much? Okay, so we'll solve it by angle bisector property. So in triangle PMN or in NMP, okay, in triangle PMN, NQ is angle bisector. NQ is bisector of angle N, right? We have given it in the question that in triangle MNP, NQ is the bisector of angle N. Okay, so if I know this by angle bisector property, can I say that MN upon MQ is equal to NP upon QP? Okay, so we'll do it here. See, remember this, I have rearranged it a bit so that it is easier that way. Okay, so MN is 5 and MQ is 2.5 is equal to NP 7. I don't know QP, so I'll write QP here. Okay, so I have 2.5 ones are 2.5 and 2.5 twos are is 5. Okay, so rearrange it. I will get QP is equal to 7 upon 2, which is QP is equal to 3.5. The half of 7 is 3.5. So QP is equal to 3.5. This is by what? Angle bisector property. The prior sum was by converse of angle bisector property. Fine. We'll do the one more sum which we have from this exercise. I have tried to take different types of sums so that all types are covered. Fine. In the third sum, we have in triangle ABC, this is your B. There is a printing error. So in angle ABC, segment BD is the bisector of angle ABC. If AB is equal to X, let's write it down. AB is equal to X. We have BC is equal to X plus 5. We have AD is equal to X minus 2. And we have DC is equal to X plus 2. we have to find the value of x. We don't know the value of x, we have to find the value of x. Okay, so I already know that BD is the angle bisector. So in triangle ABC, by angle bisector property, can I say that BC upon AB is equal to CD upon AD? Okay, by angle bisector property I can say this. Instead of BC I have what? X plus 5. So I will write x plus 5 upon, instead of AB I have x, so I will write x here, is equal to, instead of CD I have x plus 2, so I will write x plus 2, and instead of AD I have x minus 2. I will just cross it up, so it will be x plus 5 multiplied by x minus 2 is equal to x multiplied by x plus 2. Okay, so what basically I did was I took this x here and this x minus 2 here. Fine. Solving it ahead, I'll open up the brackets. I have from this x, if I multiply, I will get x into x, x square, minus 2x, this 5 and this x will be plus 5x, and this 5 and this minus 2, it will be minus 10, is equal to x multiplied by x is x square, and x multiplied by plus 2 is plus 2x. Okay, solving it ahead, I will have x square minus 2x plus 5x is 3x, it is plus 3x, minus 10 is equal to x square plus 2x. I have x square on both the sides, so I will subtract x square from both the sides. I will cancel it out. So I have 3x minus 10 is equal to 2x. I will take 2x on the left hand side and minus 10 on the right hand side. So I will have 3x minus 2x is equal to 10. 3x minus 2x is what? X is equal to 10. So I have the value of x as 10. Okay. From this sum, I hope you have understood all the three sums, and I hope you have understood the concept of angle bisector property and converse of it. Okay, this is the third part of the similarity series. If you haven't seen the first two parts, I'd request you to watch those two parts and watch this part again, so you would have a better understanding of the concepts. If you haven't liked the video, like it. If you haven't shared it video, you can share it with your friends. If you have any doubts, comment in the comment sections. I'll try to solve your doubts. And if you have liked the video, if you have liked my teaching, subscribe to my channel, refer it to your friends, and tell them to subscribe too. I will be coming up with the next video very soon. I hope you have understood this. Okay, thank you so much.